Welcome to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. We are a commercial initiative of just two people, and we need your help to grow. Share information about the podcast, rate us in the apps, subscribe to our Patreon. With your support, we are getting better. My name is Artem, and here is the news. For 284 days, Ukraine stands strong against the forces of the Russian invasion. In his evening video address, President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky said that the enemy really hopes to use winter against Ukraine, to make winter cold and hardship part of his terror. Quote, "We have to do everything to endure this winter, no matter how hard it is, and we will endure. To endure this winter is to defend everything," unquote. He reminded how happy are locals when their cities are liberated. Zelensky stressed that people are waiting for Ukraine wherever there is still an occupation. They are waiting and they believe that Ukraine will return. They are waiting and they know very well if Russia invades, it will not be forever. According to the US Institute for the Study of War, Ukraine's ability to maintain the military initiative and continue the momentum of its current operational successes depends on its forces continuing to conduct successive operations through the winter, reports Ukrainska Pravda. The experts reminded that Ukrainian forces gained and have retained the initiative since August 2022 and have been conducting a series of successful successive operations since then. Ukraine liberated most of Kharkiv Oblast in September, Kherson City in November, and is currently setting conditions for more Ukrainian pushes elsewhere this winter. The analysis points out that if Ukraine's allies and partners do not support Ukrainian forces to conduct large-scale decisive counteroffensive operations this winter, then Ukraine's ability to conduct maneuver warfare will be constrained until likely at least after the spring mud season in March 2023. Such a course of action will likely prematurely culminate Ukraine's current momentum and grant shatter Russian forces a valuable 3 to 4 months reprieve to reconstitute and prepare to fight on a better footing. On the night of December 5th, the Russians attacked the industrial and energy infrastructure facilities of Zaporizhia, reports Slovo i Dilo. It is known that one of the private enterprises was damaged. Information about victims is being clarified. The European Commission has prepared a new ninth package of sanctions against Russia, reports Radio Liberty. According to the media sources, sanctions are aimed against banks, media and technology. Overall, there are about 180 names on the list. Sanctions may be agreed upon at the meeting of EU foreign ministers on December 12th. Some EU member states have previously expressed displeasure at the fact that the European Commission is delaying further proposals on restrictions against Russia. The latest package of sanctions was adopted 2 months ago, reports European Pravda. Poland and the Baltic states recently called for quick work on the next package. Among their proposals are in particular a ban on cooperation in the field of nuclear energy, in the technology sector, a ban on the export of all drones, including civilian ones, and the reduction in services. The list also included a ban on the import of diamonds from Russia and the sale of real estate to Russians. 2.8 million Ukrainians have been forcibly moved to the territory of Russia since February, reports Ukrainska Pravda. The data was provided by the Human Rights Commissioner of the Verkhovna Rada Dmytro Lubinets. Ukrainian song Shchedryk by composer Mykola Leontovich resounded again in the walls of the legendary Carnegie Hall in New York yesterday, reports Ukrinform. According to the Ukrainian Minister of Foreign Affairs Dmytro Kuleba, first it sounded there 100 years ago, and now every American and many people outside of the US know this song in its English language version as Carol of the Bells. Kuleba noted that the Shchedryk Ukrainian Children's Choir from Kyiv, the Dumka Ukrainian Choir from New York, and Trinity Wall Street Choir performed in front of an audience of thousands in the hall and online at the concert to mark the centenary of the premiere of Shchedryk. If you like what we do and would like to tip us, you can now do so directly to our PayPal. Check out the link in the description to this episode for more details. And as usual, you can subscribe to our Patreon. In gratitude for your help, we will give you access to a series of exclusive episodes on wartime life in Ukraine. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.